And it's Vosberg, King, and Page.
And then we're going to have Sam Drain, Betancourt, and Cody Kopp there on row number 2. Page, Sanchez from podium yesterday. So let's see if Derek can back that up. Aladrea, Fraley, Garcia, and Boudreau are going to be rounding out the field, Greg, there in row number 4. So
13 laps scheduled for Talent Cup Race 2, and away we go. And yeah, you talk about Bodie Page. He sent the wheel in the air, but he got a really good launch nonetheless. He'll slot into second place as we bend her into turn number 1. Is it going to be the 59 who leads the way? 65 in second, and your pole sitter, Vosberg, on the 31 in third.
Yeah, Carson King there in 4th. So Carson will probably be a little bit happier with these weather conditions. And but Sam Drain gets the early jump. So we'll let the field kind of sort itself out, and we'll be able to get a little bit more of a running order once they come up over the brow of this hill, Greg.
For a moment there.
A try there, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, and he makes the pass. So Sam probably got pretty close to the paint there. Had to let off ever so slightly. So that's Bodie Page to the front.
So Bodie Page, Australian. Sam Drain, also an Australian. And then Hank Vosberg from Wisconsin.
Because this week he gets the opportunity to go over for that Red Bull Rookies Cup Championship opportunity that he has worked so hard for this season. And he said, I'm going to be 100% when I leave to get there.
Well, 100%. He wanted to go to the front, and he got there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call on that one. But that's smart. I mean, that's when you think about that answer, nobody ever really remembers second or third anyways, do they? And you see this pass for the lead. Also, you can see everybody fanning out behind as well. But yeah, he gets to the front. Now let's see if he can pull the trigger. I don't think it's going to be easy to get away from 6 riders, is it? So we got Jake Page at the back of this group.
Yeah, Carson King in a good spot.
Yes, he is.
The 32. Starting from the front row out of Illinois is on the Royalty Racing machine. And is it going to be the 32 goes in the lead? Look at Betancourt. No. And so, all right, 2 positions then for the 99 with King on the 32. Going 131.076 so far, the benchmark lap around this racetrack.
5th, all the way up to 4th. Now it looks like he's been passed by Page as well, so he's back to 5th again. Look at Vosberg. He's going to try to roll around the outside of King, and he's going to make that pass stick. Wow, what a move.
Got a lot of confidence in the front end of this Kramer, without question. The APX 350 MA, a motorcycle that was made specifically for this class last winter. And here we are with these 50 horsepower machines in our final race, inaugural season for the Parts Unlimited Talent Cup by Motul. Onto the front straightaway we go again. This will be 10 laps to go. We'll see how they sort themselves out. It looks like the 59 hung out in no man's land on the right side of the track, and it's going to be Vosberg, the 31, who goes to the lead on the Tytler Cycle Racing Kramer machine.
At the bottom of the graphic, that selection process, it begins that first week of October, but in terms of going over, there is a camp that takes place next week. You saw Bodie Page's name on that list as well there on the number 65, able to be aggressive here about the halfway point of this race. And for him, you mentioned the fact that he was injured yesterday. He's out on the grid, wouldn't even take his glove off of his left hand. I asked him.
But obviously he's able to ride with that, especially with this big test coming up with Red Bull rookies. You want to be as healthy as you can. Carson King doing a good job here. He fell back a little bit. Now he's fought his way back there in that 4th spot. He's going to get a triple rider draft in front of him. That's going to
Hank Vosberg there out front, that's won more than the others behind him with 4 wins now on the season. But you talk about what their next step is going to be, and Hank Vosberg having turned, you see Bodie Page go wide here. Being able to save it, what a save for Bodie Page there as he gets back onto the racetrack.
But tremendous job here. You look on the left-hand side of your screen. This is the mistake that his brother Bodie made the last time. Got out on the paint. He needed a little bit more paint there, Greg, and he would have been okay.
Well, but earlier today here at New Jersey Motorsports Park, he was able to take home his first win of the season in that category as well. So he brings a lot of confidence into the race here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, you know, we've seen him just mature as the year's gone, as it looks like now. Greg, with the mistake that Page just made, now he's opened up that battle for 3rd place. Just get away a little bit quicker, and they're both on personal best lap times. The 2 leaders right now, we've gone red at a 30.3 and a 30.4, almost a full second quicker as Nate Betancourt now takes the fight to Jake Page. Not quite able to get there, But yeah, the front two, Greg, have literally just decided it's time to go.
So for Jake Page on that number 50 machine, the Road Racing World Entry bike, that was Kenzie Matsudaira's bike from last weekend that found its way on the podium as well. So it'd be pretty incredible that this machine would find its way onto the podium, 2 different riders in 2 different weekends.
Yeah, no question. The other guy that was in the 30s that lap, Greg, was Cody Kopp back in 8th. So he's in a battle back there with Rossi Garcia and Ella Dreyer, Derek Sanchez. They're all back there battling a little further back. But now
Betancourt.
Yeah, well, Betancourt goes through, and Carson King had a thought about it. So now all 3 of these are just battling for that final podium spot. Look at Bodie. He's still digging back there. Let's see what he did that last time by Bodie Page, 30.9. So he was 0.3 quicker than these guys up in front. So I think, Greg, with 6 to go, we're going to see the 65 make another appearance in front or with these 3 guys here.
Listen, we'd love to see it, but the other thing too is we don't know how much that hurt the hand of Bodie Page in that off-track excursion, using all the dirt track skills he has to save that motorcycle. So let's hope that Page is able to latch on the back of this last battle for the final podium spot between his brother Page, Betancourt, and King. Up to the front we go.
Sam Drain's done a good job here, Greg, of just
not letting him go.
Not letting him go, exactly. He's going to be able to draft past him here if he wants to on that Estenson Kramer. So as you see Sam Drain on the right part of your screen right now, he's not going to quite make it going that way. And
a very frustrating weekend for the 22 as Vosberg has a look over and sees, but Bodie Page, fastest lap of the race now, dipping into the 129 bracket. So 129.624, faster than pole position qualifying for the 65, who's now in the middle of traffic, trying to get around 4th position, up into 5th spot. Next on the hit list is the 32 of Carson King.
I mean, the 2 leaders, you could see him in the shot there just for a second, couldn't you?
Jake, can you imagine right now if you're Jake Page, your first race in MotoAmerica, and you're like, wow, I'm in a podium spot. They've gotten around me. I've been able to get around him again. Look at Carson King.
Good move for Carson there.
Oh, boy. Oh, and he almost takes his brother out.
Brotherly love right there between the 2. Now they're going to bump elbows all the way down to turn 6.
And the younger brother got the advantage. Nope, 65 gets around him. That would have been a rough place to be.
Yeah, Carson did a good job, and then Bodie thought, I'll go through as well. Jake kind of was getting ready to turn his motorcycle in and found that red, white, and blue bike of his brother sitting right on the inside of him.
And all the while that's going on. So out front, Vosberg goes 30.9 and 30.9. So Page was able to match their times, Jay, but having to slice through 3 riders to do it.
She might be in a little bit of pain. Vosberg goes through on Drain. So if that race right there, Greg, if that race would have ended there, that would have been the biggest photo finish ever. So 2/10 was only gained from Bodie. So pushed his own win back there now. It's going to make it a lot harder for him to close the gap to the 2 in front. But when I was looking out the window there, I wouldn't have been able to tell you who won that race when they came across. So
just for the record, it was Vosberg who was 0.019 seconds. So if that was a dress rehearsal in this situation, Vosberg would have taken the victory. But we have 2 laps to go, a little less than that at this point. Vosberg trying to pull the pin and get away from Drain. It's not working, at least not in this part of the racetrack. And Bodie Page looks like he's in the frame, and he goes down and tucks the front.
That is such a bummer.
Pushing so hard was Bodie Page, and unfortunately, this day not going well for the 65.
He's going to get into turn 5. He's going to start to get the bike turned in, and we've seen these bikes kind of notorious a little bit for their chatter. You can see it. There it is, right?
Chatter,
There's that chatter, and the thing's gone. You know, as a rider, you get used to riding with chatter. White flag is out. Here comes Vosberg across the line. He's going to lead doing a 31.3. Right behind, Nathan Betancourt has taken that 3rd spot, has the smallest of gaps over Jake Page and Carson King. So we'll see how that plays out. You can see as they go down into turn 1, Carson King 4th, Page 5th. These 2 are going to settle it out. I just feel, don't you feel like Sam Drain's just going to kind of sit there?
You know, I do on this one. And if he can get a good drive onto the front straightaway, he knew that Vosberg was able to get around him, and Vosberg knows the same thing. Like, you feel like Vosberg's a bit of a sitting duck right now.
Do you remember Vosberg and DeMario at VIR? Neither one of them wanted to lead. And I'm sure Hank's probably got that little bit of a feeling in his stomach again right now. Sam Drain, I think, is arguably the smallest guy in our class.
Yeah.
So it's going to be easy for him.
He gets into a good tuck.
He does. He's going to be able to get behind that fairing fairly well. Look at Carson King pushing the fact now. He's closed that gap to Betancourt. So Carson King has done a nice job of closing up to the back to try to get that third place spot away.
And let's not forget, this is a bit of a battle. These two for second place in the championship. It's 4 points of difference. So if Vosberg wins, he'll take over second place in the championship by a single point over the 59 of Drain. So here we go. Last couple corners, a little bit of bobble.
He doesn't want to lead, Greg.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. I almost think Hank for a minute there was hoping that he could lure Sam through. Let's see. He's far enough back where he can get a nice little slingshot here.
Here we go. The finish line awaits for the 31. Here comes the 59. Not enough time, and Vosberg wins by .039. And then for third place, it's going to be Bentoncourt by 0.2 of a second over Carson King. So well played for Vosberg, and just a little too much distance.
I thought he was
for
going
Drain.
to. Did you think he was?
Right there's the finish, but then it's just moments after that.
I think the big thing with Sam Drain too is he doesn't have the experience. You know, a lot of these other guys don't have a lot of experience either. But for Sam, he's put himself in that spot, and now he's going to know what he needs to do next year.
So back here at NJMP, the results, see that .039 of a second. Sam Drain almost with the perfect draft and pass, but not quite. Vosberg able to hold him off for the win. Bentoncourt again on the podium. Alessandro DeMario wrapped up the championship a couple weeks ago at Circuit of the Americas, and that championship battle for second and third, one single point, as we now have a fierce lifetime rivalry between Vosberg and Sam Drain.